is this thing on? Oh, why don't I do that after? No. Ugh, don't you love when I do that? What a difference a week makes. Holy crap. Finally trying to fix a lot of situations here. Finally getting some traction. Whatever. Been with a woman too, finally, after all this time, and trying to like put the past behind me. But the problem is that the past sometimes isn't done with you, and that's my big issue now. Like I'm trying to actually fix everything and turn everything around within a month, and it's doable. And still, there's people that just don't want to see you do well. They don't want the problem fixed. They just want to focus on the problem and not the solution. And I'm sick of it, you know. I made a concerted effort to change, and I just want to steamroll over everything and everybody because I'm tired. You know, no longer drinking. I've been sober. Yeah, and I'm trying to just do my best to stay that way. I got everything regulated right now. I got things regulated. I got things. I have some structure finally after long last, and I want to keep going with that. So, whatever. Got a couple of bucks. I could take out. Pizza and ice cream on me. So, to the thing is that with the powers that be and everything, they just feel like I don't want to get derailed. I don't want to have a bad attitude. I remember when I was working for City Hall. I had a good job years ago, 20 years ago now. I had a good job as a cameraman, but and it's funny because I see city, and when I go to like one of these corners of where I am in the building here, I could look down and see City Hall, and I could see exactly where I worked, which is funny. Municipal building too. And my father had dementia. I was taking care of him. My mother got a brain tumor and died. Took her like 18 months to die of it. So while I was having this job, which was pretty okay, I was definitely not in a good emotional space because my mother was dying and my father had dementia and he needed like round the clock care, a home health aide, a whole bunch of stuff. And then here I am trying to chase the mayor of New York City around with my camera in a van. And I walked off that job. After my mother's death, and then I made the movie. I made a movie, and then after that, I just was like, I walked out. And I would have been 20 years in at that job right now. Could have maybe entertained retirement. But now I got to start over from scratch, and it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to have anything in my way, so I can just focus. And I was not well at that job. I was upset a lot. I had a bad temper, and it's just like, and people wondered. I didn't want to disclose too much. I didn't want to tell people that my mother was dying. I didn't want to use it. Now everything's an excuse. It's raining outside, and I'm sad. And you could take a personal day. My mother died horribly, and it was like, well, oh, it's okay. It's just your mom. Buck up, boy. That's really what they were like telling me. It was awful. No sympathy, no empathy, and it wouldn't even matter anyway because it wouldn't have changed any of the situation. Giving me light duty or heavy duty or whatever wasn't going to change the circumstances of how depressing that was. My sister didn't care. My sister didn't care how I felt. We never bonded over the experience. My sister's a horrible person. Horrible. I mentioned that she's a horrible human being. Her husband's even worse. That's where she learned it from. She learned how to be horrible by marrying horrible. Adolf's sister, as I call her. Just a terrible time, and like I don't want to have that any. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired, and I'm tired of taking things out on myself as well. I'm not happy-go-lucky by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm also, if you don't throw me into a pit, then I'm okay. But they just want to grab you by the ankles and take you down, and it's awful. In even a relationship I have or want at this point, I don't need a punching bag. I want to. I want to screw and get some ice cream and then go home. I don't need anything else right now. I don't need this, coming home and world weary and I can't believe this guy did this and that guy did that. I can't believe this is going on, that's going on. I'm not here. I'm tired of these relationships. I don't want any more with this. I want to leave them floating. I want to be like a knight in shining armor with cash and a smile. And that's it. I don't need anything more. I don't need someone to be the shock absorber for my existence, my shit. I don't need it anymore. I don't need that. I don't want to put another person through that. And now that I can see something, the light out of the situation, it's like there's still people out there, my building, of course, the machinations of my downstairs neighbor, who's such a horrible, nightmarish troll rat of a human being, that it's like I just need her out of the fucking picture. And so like I could just, like my mind would be like, wow. It'd be like 10,000 hits of acid. That's how good it would feel. But she's with her machinations because she's just running like a. I don't know why I'm always the victim of witches' covens. Like she runs a coven. I had an ex that had a coven. Like everything, this is these conspiratorial witch covens that are always after me. I'm sure they have like sexual rituals with my neighbor downstairs, licking her like 70-year-old wolf snatch, to gain some sort of like fucking cosmic power that you might see in a Tool video. It's awful. These people are crazy. They're absolutely crazy. And I don't even want to get into it with my building. I owe them money, and I have some money now, and I want to give it to them, and they keep sending it back to me because they'd rather take me to court or kick me out than to take my money. And I'm in this situation like money talks, bullshit walks. I don't need to explain anything to anyone. I don't need a story. This is the thing. Everyone wants a story. Everyone wants an excuse. Everyone wants drama. Everybody wants a letter. Everybody wants a reason. I don't need to give anyone a reason. If I have money, that's it. Goodbye. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. I don't need to make any excuses because that's the whole point. It's like I don't want to be there with my hat in my hand being like, "Oh man, give me some time, bro," or like, "I'm so sorry," blah blah. No, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing anything like that anymore. Take the money and shut the fuck up. And that's it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Money and fucking pussy. That's it. What else should matter? That's it. Who cares? Everything else is just nothing. Everything else is just fucking icing on a fucking shit sundae. So, trying to get to my will back, grow some balls, walk into a place like I own it, and it's just like, and some people have responded pretty well, mostly, but there's this whole other, like, dimensional faction that just wants me to be defeated. And I'm coming for them, and I'm going to come for them hard, definitely. And, once I try to use a leg up on a situation, and I don't want to carry this stuff with me. I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want an excuse. I don't need to rant and rave. All I want to do is just cut you a check and you just walk away. Get out of here. Go spend it on your girlfriend. Go put a broomstick up your ass. I don't care what you do with the money. But just don't, just take it and see that I gave it to you and leave me be. But no, gotta play dumb games with everybody. I'm not playing any more games anymore after this. And timing of these games, I'm not gonna ruin my weekend, over this crap. It's it's annoying the crap out of me. These people. Anyway, that's yeah, that's what's going on, I guess.